The sun's starting to go down there. This is actually the end of the tour. I've been exploring around this section of Hampi in South India, the capital of the Vijayanagar Empire, an empire that ruled over this region of South India for hundreds of years. I was just going to do a, exploring of these temple ruins, show the temples, and then in the course of it, I started talking a little bit about the history of India and Hinduism and Islam as it relates to the various temple ruins here. And so I just want to give a little intro here and explain that. So I'm just, explaining a little bit about what I know of the history of India and Hinduism and Islam. This is not a, expert explanation or anything. It is just what I have learned in the course of my own travels in this region. This is my 7th time to India. I've spent more than 20 months traveling around India, and so just soaked up some of the history of the country and the religions of Hinduism and Islam. So without further ado, I will start at the beginning of this video, and then I will come back here. I will show more of this temple here at the end of the video after you have seen a lot of the Hampi ruins here. All right, enjoy. So it is late in the afternoon here. Things are cooling down a little bit by now at least. And I'm doing some more exploring of the Hampi ruins that spread out this way. Straight ahead there is the Hampi Bazaar that I've shown in other videos, including the incredible Virupaksha temple. Pardon the noise here. And right over here is a massive statue of the Hindu god Ganesha. But check all the monkeys here. Langur monkeys. And here we have one of the ancient structures that's in pretty good shape. The monolithic Kadlakalu Ganesha is so called for the closeness in appearance of the shape of its belly to the unsplit Bengal gram. I have no idea what that means, the Bengal gram. Bengal is like northeastern India. It is carved out of a single boulder and stands 4.5 meters high, dated to the 15th century, so the 1400s. Check it out. The great Ganesha. With a big belly. Bicycle here. And now going to, I think I gotta go this way. And we got another temple here, the Krishna temple. Situated to the north of the image of Lakshmi Narasimha is a temple with an inscription of Krishna Devaraya dating to 1513. All kinds of depictions of life during that time period and the gods that they worshipped and still worship to this day. Many of them anyway. Most of you will, of course, have heard of Hare Krishna, Krishna being the same god that this temple is devoted to. However, Hare Krishna is actually a modern 20th century branch of Hinduism that was created by a guy in the 20th century, and so not all Krishna worshippers or images are about Hare Krishna. That's a specific sect, basically. And so the name of this figure here is Lakshmi Narasimha. And it is considered to be the fourth incarnation of Vishnu. Check it out, really cool statue there. This 3 meters high large Shiva Linga is also a monolithic similar to Lakshmi Narasimha, carved out of one rock. And so those two statues are right next to each other. And so I will give a very brief explanation of Hinduism here, because you just saw Krishna, that temple devoted to Krishna, and then this is Lakshmi Narasimha, which is considered the fourth incarnation of Vishnu. And then there you have a Shiva Lingam. So Krishna, Shiva, and Vishnu are three of the main figures in Hinduism. So there is something called the Trimurti of Hinduism, and that refers to Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, which are the three principal gods of Hinduism. Brahma is the creator of the universe, Vishnu is the sustainer of the universe, and Shiva is the destroyer of the universe. So those three gods encompass everything you need to make a universe, I guess, basically. And then Krishna is considered an incarnation of Vishnu. So that means that Krishna was an actual human being, a man walking on the earth, who was considered to be, Vishnu the god on earth. And that statue of Lakshmi Narasimha is considered to be the fourth incarnation of Vishnu. And so that statue then represented a person walking on earth who was Vishnu, same as Krishna was Vishnu. And then the Shiva Lingam represents Shiva. There don't tend to be very many temples or monuments or things devoted to Brahma, the creator of the universe. I guess he's kind of irrelevant because, he created it, and then, it's up to the other guys, Vishnu, to sustain it, and then it's Shiva's job to destroy it. That's my take on it, as best as I know. Mosque. Mohammedan watchtower. And so those are both Islamic, Muslim monuments. And so that, if you look at it, looks more like a Muslim structure than a Hindu one. And so the deal is that this area was occupied at various times by both Hindu and Muslim cultures. So Hinduism and Islam, Muslim, are two very, very different religions, and they have a long history of, at times, wars and at times coexistence together in India here. Now, just to give a little taste of Indian history, then Pakistan is a Muslim nation. Pakistan, however, was part of India before the partition of India in 1947. And so the British Empire occupied India, and Mahatma Gandhi, of course, is known for freeing India, which occurred in 1947 when India became a democracy. Now, there are other factors involved, including the weakening of the British Empire after World War II, which enabled India to become independent. That was certainly part of the deal there. But at the time, India included Pakistan and Bangladesh. And so Hindus and Muslims were all mixed up within that entire region of India. And they decided at the time that rather than keep India as it was, then they should create a Muslim state, two Muslim states actually, and that is Pakistan and Bangladesh. And so they cut up India and said, okay, this central main part of India is going to be the Hindu area, and Pakistan and what was called East Pakistan at the time were the Muslim areas. And so there was this incredible migration of Hindus coming into the main part of India, what is now India, and Muslims moving into Pakistan and Bangladesh. And so that is how you got those three countries. And so this here then also represents the two different cultures at different times controlling this area. So all throughout India, you see Muslim monuments. The Taj Mahal, the most famous building of India, is a Muslim monument. And down here in South India as well, the Muslims occupied this area at different points of history. Show this. And so here you can see, this is so completely and utterly different from those temples that I showed before. The Hindu temples with all of the sculptures and carvings of the Hindu gods. This has got nothing on it, it's just like a brick wall. And then I'll walk over to this one over here. And so Hinduism and Islam are just completely and utterly different. They're actually more different than Islam and Christianity in many ways. Hinduism is much, much older than Islam. Islam goes back to, of course, Muhammad. This one has a little bit more detailed work, as you can see. A very beautiful building. But again, no images of Allah, because that is not allowed in Islam. And so Islam, of course, goes back to Muhammad, who lived in around 600 AD, whereas Hinduism is older than history. They don't know, when exactly Hinduism started. The history of India just goes back further than, any kind of written records. There are certainly various indications of it throughout India. I don't know what the, oldest known reference to Hinduism is, but Hinduism is thousands and thousands of years old, whereas Islam is a relatively recent phenomenon of only, 1400 years or so. And so Islam, of course, came out of Saudi Arabia and spread from there and eventually made it to India. Then the Muslims invaded India and Hindu territory and took over Hindu lands. And so that is what occurred here then, is the Muslims made it down this far into this Hindu empire and conquered and took it over. And so that is why you have these Muslim monuments here interspersed within the Hindu temples and forts and everything. And so again here you can see totally different style. And then right nearby are some more Hindu sculptures, so I'll go show those. And so I'm back on the bicycle here. There's that monument that I was just showing. And then straight ahead there is a Hindu temple. And so now we're back to the Hindu structures. That is Hanuman, the monkey god. And check out these awesome relief carvings of elephants, horses, and various people Notice hardly anybody else around. There were a couple other guys on bicycles out there, but this site of the Hampi UNESCO World Heritage ruins is just so massive that as soon as you leave the little village where the Virupaksha temple is and everything, then there just aren't that many people out. And so this is that same temple on the other side of that wall that I was just showing, the Hazararama temple. The Hazararama temple is the only temple situated in the core zone of the royal enclosure between the residential and ceremonial enclosures, dedicated to Vishnu in his aspect as Lord Rama. So Hazararama. 15th century temple, so 1400s, is the finest example of a compact Dravida Vimana type of temple. So amazing the amount of detail that are in these things. And so here we have Ganesha, same as that first sculpture that I showed, the big belly guy. These are now quite a different style. I wonder if it was made at a different time period, or maybe just for a different purpose being inside the temple. I'm not sure about that, but this darker rock, and seems like different figures. Amazing. And then I'm just going to bike along here, give a little taste of this area with the temples scattered around. Wow, an awesome bath here. And then over there is the temple I was thinking of ending this video at. So cruise on over there before the sun has gone down. And so this one is quite spectacular. Especially this here. really interesting. You can see a different style of artwork in this one. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this tour of the Hampi ruins and a little taste of the history of India, Hinduism, and Islam. Thanks for watching. Lots more coming from India. See ya.